Hello everyone. Today I would like to discuss about the structural model assessment for PLSM. There are some stages to assess the structural model. The first is collinearity assessment. Second is Pat's coefficient. The third is coefficient of determination. And fourth is effect size for F square value, and fifth is blindfolding and predictive relevance or Q square value, and the last is effect size for key lowercase square value. Collinearity assessment need to assess the latent variable is multicollinearity or not. And second, the FIF also can detect the common method bias. The threshold if the FI is more than or equal 5 is indicate a potential collinearity problem. And the other researcher says that the VIF more than or equal 3 indicate a potential collinearity problem. The second stage is Pat's coefficient assessment. Pat's coefficient is the coefficient linking construct in the structural model. It represents the hypothesis relationship or the strength of the relationship. Pat's coefficient close to 1 indicate a strong positive relationship, and vice versa for negative value. The closer the estimate coefficient are to 0, it means the weaker the relationship. Very low value close to 0 are generally not statistically significant. How to assess the Pat's coefficient is significant or not? We can use the bootstrapping to get the t-value and p-value. The individual Pat's coefficient can be interpreted as the standardized beta coefficient in ordinary least square regression. A unit change of exogenous construct changes the endogenous construct by the size of the Pat's coefficient when everything else remains constant. And the third is assess the coefficient of determination or R square value. This is the formula, the R square, and the R square indicate the variance explained of the endogenous variable by the exogenous variable. R square value ranging from 0 to 1 with higher level indicating higher level of predictive accuracy. This is the sum criteria for the R square. The next is effect size for F square value. This is the formula for F square value. It means the variable in structural model may be affected or influenced by a number of different variables. Removing an exogenous variable can affect the dependent variable. F square, it means the change in R square when the exogenous variable is removed from the model. This is the criteria for the Cohen. 0.02 is the small effect, 0.15 is medium effect, and 0.35 is a large effect. And less than 0.02 indicate no effect. And then the key to this, it means the predictive relevance. This is the formula, and key square is predictive relevant. whether a model has predictive relevance or not. When the chi-square value more than 0 suggests that the model has predictive relevance. However, if value less than 0 shows a lack of predictive relevance. And then this is the FXS for chi-square value, a relative measure of predictive relevance used to assess an exogenous construct contribution to an endogenous latent variable chi-square. Value of 0.02 is small, 0.15 is medium, and 0.35 is large effect. This is formula for chi to change, and right now I will to demonstrate how to assess the structural model step by step. This is our model. We use the reputation company. First, we try to assess the multicollinearity, calculate, and then PLS algorithm. Okay, we follow the default and we start calculation. Go to the FVIF here, and this is for author value. This is in the formative measurement assessment, and in the structural model we see in the inner FIF value. We can see here everything is good because lower than 5. Here I already copy here because all the variable correlation is the FEF is less than the 5. We can conclude that the collinearity is not a critical issue. The model also has no common method bias. Okay. And next we need to see the path coefficient here. We can see here path coefficient, but we cannot conclude the coefficient is significant or not. So we need to analyze using the bootstrap, calculate and bootstrapping. We use 10,000 bootstrapping, and we compare bootstrapping and percentile bootstrap and 0.05 significant level and two tail, and start calculation. Okay, this is for path coefficient. We can see here only the count to JOSL is not significant, but the other is significant. I already copy in here. We can see the p-value, or we can also see in the confidence interval in here. If the confidence interval is include the 0 or negative and positive, it means the coefficient is not significant. But if all is positive or all the negative not include 0, it means the coefficient is significant. We see in the total effect. We can see here, but for the total effect is significant except the come to JOSL. Here and the next we have the mediation model, because from the independent to the dependent is some we go indirectly through the JUSA. So we can see here can see from the com to JSL by JUSA is significant. From like to JSL via JUSA also significant. This is the mediation effect. I already copy here. The JUSA acts as full moderator on com to JSL because indirect effect is not significant, but indirect effect is significant, so we call it the full moderator. And JUSA acts as partial moderator on like to JSL because both indirect effect on indirect effect is significant. And then we need to assess the explanatory power or R square. We can see here R square and R square only in the endogenous variable or dependent variable. In the model we can see there are two endogenous variable, JUSL and JUSA, and this is the R square. We can see here the R square for the JUSA is weak because the R square only 0.295, but significant. But for JUSL is moderate because the R square is 0.562. We can see here the reference for the R square. And then we assess the F to effect size. We can click here, F square. We can see here, I already copy, and for the com to JUSA is small effect because only 0.02. For the com for JUSL is no effect because 0.00. JUSA is large effect because 0.41, and for like for JUSA is medium, and like for JUSA. And then we assess the model predictive power or Q2. The formula is 1 minus SSA per SSO, sum of square error divided by sum square of observation. Yeah. How to get the chi-square? We click calculate and go to blindfolding. The almost distance is 7 and start calculation. This one we get the chi-square for JUSA and chi-square for JUSL only for the endogenous variable. Here, and the predictive power is medium for JUSA and JUSL. And the last is we try to assess the key to effect size or changing the chi-square when include the exogenous variable, include and exclude. How to do? First we go here, this is the include the variable, and we try to exclude. For example, we for the first we copy Excel here, we copy here for the include, and then we try to exclude. First we exclude the com, and we go blindfolding again, and we copy and paste here, and then we calculate this one, the include minus the exclude here, divided 1 minus include, and the result here. Same way for like is include minus the exclude divided 1 minus include. Same way for Jusa, and the result here. And I already copy the key to, and this is the FXS. For com is no effect, for like is small effect, but for Jusa is medium effect. Thank you for your watching in my video, and bye bye.